everyone, this is Carrie from Conversations at Carrie's Corner. How are you on this beautiful Saturday? It is the weekend and I'm coming in to talk today. There's been a lot of things going on in our nation with this election and just lots of surprises, lots of disappointments depending on where you are and what you want to see happen. But I wanted to talk to you today specifically about my experience as a person who came here to the United States with my family in the late 60s for my dad's career. You know my dad's, if you follow my podcast, you know my dad is a retired professional golfer. And we came here in the late 60s for my dad to have a career. We were going to be here 5 years and we never left. That's how wonderful America is. So we came and my parents applied for permanent residency. We went through the process, the legal process to become permanent residents. My parents were permanent residents for very, very long time. They naturalized and became U.S. citizens. I have an older brother that has become a U.S. citizen. My U.S. citizenship is pending, and I have another younger brother who I believe is in the process as well. So the border issue for me is a big deal. I live in Texas. We have seen probably more than any other state the ramifications from allowing illegal immigrants into the United States. And I first would just like to say, I think humanity is, we have to take care of humanity. But when you come to the United States and you want to remain in the United States, and that is ultimately your ulterior motive, to remain in the United States, which I would encourage every single person, if that's what they want to do, to have their American dream, by all means, jump at it, do it. But it needs to be done right. It needs to be done right because there's millions of us who have done it right. So when we see the border issue the way it is now, I can't speak for anybody else, but I can certainly speak for myself, and it really upsets me. Because my family has done it right. My dad came here, my parents naturalized, my dad was a business owner, I'm a business owner, my brother was a business owner, my other brother works for companies, and we did all this the right way. That's how you should do it. But right now we don't have that. And as somebody who did it the right way, it really does upset me that we have this mass migration where not only do people come in and they're given cell phones, they're given a place to stay, they're given immediate health care, they're found jobs, American jobs that are taken away from Americans and permanent residents and other legal people that are here legally. So you're punishing people who are legally doing what they're supposed to do in the society that we live in, but yet people who are coming here, the very first thing they do is come here illegally. So they have broken the law, and they literally have just walked across the border. How can that be okay? I personally do not feel it is okay. I feel like if it's good enough for millions and millions of people to do this the right way, pay the fees, do the processing, then everybody should do that. And just because the inconvenience of not having a major wall at our border, that rests with the government. And that's the government's fault for not ensuring that that's there. Because I can promise you, you go to other countries in the world and you better be right, you better be doing it right, or you will be detained and you will be sent back to where you came from. My native country, Australia, I guarantee you, if you try to go into Australia and you don't have the right credentials, they're going to turn you right around. They're not even going to let you get out of the airport. They're going to turn you right around and put you back on a plane and say, we're sorry, but you're not here. You can't be here. Australia has always had a very, very strict immigration policy. But people still go there legally, the right way, and live there. I think it's a very slippery slope, and I think it's a double standard, and I think it's an insult to all of us throughout the years that have done this the right way, generation after generation, and I think it has to stop. Now, the current administration could have finished what was started. And the only reason it wasn't finished is because of a ridiculous obsession with hating the former president. So you as a party, you're gonna hate the man so much that you're not gonna protect the citizens of this country? How is that okay? How do you justify that? We're humans. We're already here. The humans that are coming here have no rights. But you're trumping, excuse the pun, their rights over our rights. And that's not okay. I think anybody that wants to come to this beautiful land and create their own American dream should do it. But I think the government must enforce it's done correctly. And having an open border where millions and millions of people come through, we don't know who they are, what they are, if they've been in trouble, are they a murderer, are they a terrorist, are they mentally stable? All of these things are not even considered. And when you don't consider those things, then Americans are going to suffer. And that's what's happened. Here in Texas, here in Houston, we've had 2 young girls under the age of 12 who were violently raped and murdered by illegal men that walked over that border. Nobody stopped them, and they're committing crimes. Not the first time either. These are repeat offenders. So now you have blood on your hands. You have blood on your hands because of your obsessive hatred for another human being who you claim every human being is to be treated appropriately. Well, you're not treating that human being appropriately, so why should we believe you that you're going to treat anybody else appropriately? And you're not treating us you're not treating American citizens and those of us who are legally here as humans. I don't understand how you can delineate that. And now you have people who are legally in this country, our young people, being violently raped and murdered, and there's no conversation about it from you. So I just don't think it's right, and I think it's a double standard, and I think you're misleading the American public. And I think if you want human beings to be all treated correctly, then you need to treat all human beings the same way, and you're not. You're not treating your people. You're giving somebody else who's walked across the border illegally, you're giving them preferential treatment over your own citizens and your people who are here legally. It's like putting oil in water. It just doesn't mix. We're also paying for that. Us taxpayers are paying for all of those people who are coming here. And you're providing them with cell phones, you're providing them with roofs over their heads, you're providing them with clothing and food and work. And we're paying for it. Again. So now we're paying for it twice. We're paying for it because they're not here legally, and now we are literally paying for it. it's not right. It is just not right. And I think it has to be revisited, and it has to be finished. Our country must have secure borders. And then if you want to come, by all means come. Do it the right way and have your American dream. I certainly have. And I wouldn't trade it for anything. I have a beautiful family, 2 children born here. My husband is an American. My life is American. But I still did this the right way. And I'm upset that millions don't. So my question to you then is, why don't I just go, because you're going to apparently give them citizenship, you're going to make it easy for them to get it, so why don't I just go down to the border, go to Mexico, and then walk over? And then I get all of the benefits that you are giving somebody who's never been here before. I guarantee you if I did that, I would get into trouble. I guarantee it. Because the double standard is so deeply incestuously built into the philosophy of this particular thing that it doesn't matter that I've been here since 1968 and I have paperwork processing and I'm a business owner and I have been here legally and I do all of these things. I do every single thing an American can do with one exception, and that's voting. So it's not okay. It is not okay that you give preferential treatment to people who are walking up to the country, walking in and breaking the law, and you are giving them preferential treatment over the people who are here supporting you, paying your salary, because you work for the American people. And it's not okay that you continue to turn your back on all of those people that are natural Americans and all of us that are naturalizing and becoming citizens. It's not okay. And it has to change before more and more and more Americans pay for your mistake, some of them with their life. I'd love to hear from you in your comments. I can't think of one logical argument with this. Humanely just return them to where they are, where they're from, give them the instructions on how to do it legally, and then by all means, come in and build your American dream. But for all of us who are here and we have an American dream and we have done it right, your failure to support that is an insult to all of us who have. And that's not okay. I hope you enjoyed today's podcast. Conversations at Carrie's Corner is all about us creating a dialogue. We have to get back to the ability to talk to each other by, going in. I have this picture when I came up with this idea of a American diner. You go in, you grab a coffee and a slice of pie or a hamburger, and you sit down and you have a conversation with somebody you've never met. And 9 times out of 10, you come out of that conversation thinking, wow, I got a new friend, or now I think differently about something because I was open to listening to somebody else's opinion on something. True change starts when we learn to listen and communicate with each other and respect each other's position. We do not have to agree. But what we do have to do is respect each other's opinion, and we've also lost the ability to do that. I hope by visiting these subjects and creating a dialogue that we can start to build on our communication with each other, because it truly is, in my opinion, where changing the American narrative back to where it used to be, or even better than it was, starts with conversations. God bless you. Hope you have a splendid day wherever you are. Stay safe. God bless our leaders. God bless Donald Trump. God bless the other leaders. And God bless the United States of America. Take care, everyone.